How long have you been obsessed with ghosts?
Since I was 5.
And like, what made you like super interested in the paranormal? Like, what sparked it?
What sparked it?
Yes.
Since I saw my first ghost. When I was 5, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, right, passed away. And then on the next day, she visited me when I was sleeping, and she's touching my foot, and she said to me, she's like, Jim, and I'm like, oh my God, great-grandma, what are you doing here? She's like, I want you to help me find my grave. And I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, here. And I'm like, what's a grave? And she's like, it's a tombstone, a thing that sticks in the ground that I go to rest. I need you to help me to find it. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then like ask your parents. So I go, wake my parents up and said, hey, great Grammy Davis is here and she wants you to help it find a grave. And then they're like, what are you talking about? You're probably dreaming or something. Go back to bed. She's in Florida. And so I guess back in the day, like I was young, and so my parents didn't want to tell me that, she was dead, she went to Florida, So then after that, every day, she would visit me saying, you have to help me find my grave. But then my parents, were getting aggravated, so I didn't tell them anymore. They didn't believe me, and so then for a while, it's going on for a while. Then after that, it was like every other time, whatever. And then when I was like 21, my grandmother passed away, and next thing I know, right beside her tombstone is my great grandmother's tombstone, and then I get a tap on the shoulder, or my great grandmother saying thank you for finding my tombstone, and then so yeah, ever since then. I've been like loving going to cemeteries and stuff, and then I met some people, some friends. We just went to old cemeteries and everything, and then I was working one day at Dunkin' Donuts, and then this guy came up to me and said, "Hey, do my house," and then we did our first investigation there. It was at an old a barn converted into a house. Really cool, and we got some activity there. So then after that, it just became word of mouth. And then after that, I've been doing it for a long time, ghost hunting, and I fell out of it, after COVID and everything. And now my best friend Cody and everything, we decided to start this new thing, and I'm all excited about it. So, yeah.
Present day.
Yep, present day. So tell me, how'd you get into the whole ghost hunting thing?
Well, one time I was walking through the woods with one of my friends, and I swear I saw a shadow like following me home, and it terrified me so much. But it also like really excited me. So that's why I'm doing it, for pretty much the thrill it gave me, and like trying to figure out like the unknown and stuff, because it bothered me so much of, was that a real person? Was it a ghost? So I just want to document everything that goes on with ghost hunting, to see if I can capture that same first fear and like excitement I had when experienced my first apparition.
Nice.
And that's the story of why I'm into ghost hunting.
Hello, I'm Cody from Dead Media, and today we're going to talk about William James Sidis. He was a famous mathematician, and he went to Harvard at 11. But the best thing about him is that he has flaws, and that's so much more better than all other geniuses, because you get to see him as human. And I think that's what draws me to this character. So, he got hospitalized, which, whatever, he has flaws, so that makes him human. And today I hope you journey us down this rabbit hole and visiting this great man that never got the credit he deserved.
Here's Cody.
Hey, we're gonna go see if we can find Williams James Sidis. We're at Harmony Grove right now at this beautiful cemetery. So we're gonna see if we can. Oh, you guys see that? Oh.
So we're gonna say William James Cyrus in Portsmouth Cemetery, right?
Yep. This is kind of a weird hobby we have, but we like exploring old cemeteries.
Hopefully I saw you like when I was videotaping.
It's okay. This is just fun for us, so.
Yeah. So this is our first
ever graveyard crawl.
Yeah.
We've talked about doing these for a while, just to see what it's about.
Yep.
We both find it quite interesting, the old grave sites and everything. So we're actually going to see if we can actually locate one person.
Yep.
Okay. So hit record. Okay, record it.
Oh, this had a 17.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
No. Well, hopefully we're able to find this guy.
So right here I got a REM pod with an EMF reader and a heat sensor. It will tell us a lot.
The grave is allegedly at P location. I don't know what that is, but I know this cemetery is actually 5 cemeteries in one. So it's pretty huge.
Oh, 2 or 3. That's cool.
No, I have no idea. I was hoping my ghost sense would
We're trying to find the damn cemetery.
the grave.
This thing is so huge. What did it say number?
This said P.
Because this right here says 26. Tell us a fun fact about cemeteries.
The difference between a cemetery and a graveyard is a graveyard is actually in a courtyard in church. Like it's part of the church. The other fun part about like graveyards are that graveyards are all set into the east so the dead can rise with the sun. That's your fun fact. But it doesn't help me find this guy.
Set to the east.
Go down this way, I guess. Can't be too hard to find a big guy.
Yeah, but I don't.
Maybe there's a
It says T right here.
TMs. Nope. Well, we'll get back to you when we find them.
So apparently, you know how you have a GPS for your car? They have a GPS for gravestones, like exactly where you want to go. And we found this out by Cody's wife.
Yeah. Shout out to my wife. This is William James Sidis. He was one of the smartest men in the world. He was a famous mathematician. He invented his own language called Vandergood, and he got accepted into Harvard at 11. So he's the main guy that brought us here. He's the one that started this whole thing for us. And we're just coming to see if we can. I never got to meet him when he was alive, so it's quite nice. I might not be able to meet him when he was alive, but at least meeting him his gravesite.
Yeah, and we found out, my friend, Cody, he said he's the smartest man in the world that's buried here in New Hampshire in Portsmouth.
So it's just kind of neat to show you guys something that I found interesting about New Hampshire.
And how'd you find about this interesting guy?
I won't even lie to you. I was going through YouTube Shorts, and this guy popped up in my feed. And I found out they said something about New Hampshire. I was like, New Hampshire? And then this blew my mind. I was like, I can literally go visit this guy. So I was like, if I'm interested, maybe you guys are too.
Yeah.
So this is Sidis, or his last name Sidis. I'm gonna actually ask him to see if he has any questions. Like I can ask him some questions because
Go this man.
how can you ever pass up asking the world's smartest man any question?
Yeah, and probably he can give us some wisdom if we talk to him and get on the recorder or our equipment and see if he can talk to us and everything.
Yeah, because we figured that if the world's smartest man couldn't do it, what chances does all the other ghosts do? So
we got our equipment here. You know, like I said, the EMF. It'll tell us if something's here and the temperature with the REM pod. If that touches, it'll move. And then we got the recorder so we can hopefully hear his voice. They don't have his name in it. Like, usually.
well, see, I feel like the reason why he doesn't have a headstone and stuff is because he actually died very suddenly.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very big into the media knowing his business. He actually had a terrible time with the newspaper that was always constantly marking him.
Yeah.
So a lot of his life he actually shied away from anything to do that mocks him because they really wanted to knock him down a peg.
Yeah.
So
was he cremated or was he buried?
I think he was just buried. I'm just very excited to be here.
Yeah. I thought they would have a tombstone for all of them. Like not, or this looks like a door. What was that? 1857 from, was it 1823? So, James, if you're here, we have this recorder right here in our hand, or even the family's here, the mom and dad. We'd just like to ask you some questions, or help us understand more about your life and
Hold on, I want to geek out about something.
what happened.
William, do you know that some of your research is actually credited to the black hole? Like, isn't that crazy?
Like, I know no one's told you that, but that's pretty impressive.
They put the recorder right on that tube, I think, so that way it's not moving it or something.
So, I figured, because you knew so many languages and all that, that if you could help us figure out if there is ghosts, if there's a better way how we can actually communicate with them.
I have this device right here. You can light it up by touching this. Just let me know that you're here. It's not going to hurt you. And we have this recorder right there. And maybe you can give us some ideas, like he said, to learn how to communicate with you.
Oh, no, I have another question for him. How did the language Vandergood even come about? Like, were you just like bored and just wanted like your own little challenge, or like you just wanted like a creative escape? I know a lot of your life was studying. I know it's weird, you might not get many visitors, but I came across you, I thought it was neat that you're not like a super famous genius, but you're like one of the smartest guys in the world, and you just decided to shy away from it all. Which is very respectful that you didn't want to do all that, like, understandable.
So is that true? He went to Harvard?
Yeah, he went to Harvard at 11.
11. Can you imagine that? 11 years old. So is that right? You went to Harvard? Did all the kids think you know you were weird because you were like very young at 11 to be at Harvard?
And do you think a lot of like your scientific and all that, like your mathematical genius, do you think that came from like the way you were raised with your family? And like, would you say that's a good way to raise children? Oh, and this is his father. His father coined the term 10% of your brain. That was like most of his studies about, or that's what I could find out about him. Like, I know he was a very famous psychiatrist. And I'm pretty sure you guys came from Ukraine, but I'm not 100% sure. It's still very impressive about the way you have your son.
And where did they live? They lived in Salem?
Well, he grew up in Manhattan, and he actually died in Boston. But he did have to take a little break into a place over in Portsmouth. It's a converted like mental institution. But I'm not judging. I understand everybody needs a little break.
Yeah. We all can go a little bit mad sometimes.
Yeah, I would imagine it's quite easy for somebody's whole world that is all spiritual, stuff like that, would kind of drive you to off-the-wall thinking.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some of the off-the-wall thinking is actually like where you find breakthroughs. I know I'm rambling a lot here, but I'm very excited to stand here at this grade.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing correctly, this is his mom, which was no slouch. She was actually a doctor way before it was like popular for women to be doctors. So that's quite impressive herself. So this family just had really good genetics. Okay, I think I'm done geeking out about this people, but these are the people that I came to visit. And I wanted to showcase in this graveyard. I bet there's lots of other really cool people that we can actually check them out. But these are the people I wanted to start with. Williams James Sidis.
William James Sidis. That's cool because he has my name.
Alright.
And this is in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Cemetery. It's a big cemetery. Everybody's time to die in the beginning. So James, are you here?
Williams.
Williams. His first name.
No,
Really?
his first name's Williams. His middle name's James.
Oh, Williams. Are you here? We're not trying to make fun. We're just trying to understand. Help us out. Like to know more about you. Or is the family, the mom, dad? You know the mom, dad?
His father's name is Boris.
Boris, are you here? Later on, we'll go through the recorder and see if we picked up anything.
Well, Williams, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I wish I could have met you when you were alive, but meeting you when you're dead is still quite nice. It would have been so neat to talk to this guy because I feel like he would have been the perfect person to talk to because he wouldn't judge you about out-the-box thinking. I think he would actually truly appreciate people that think like that because I believe that he was one of them. And the world just didn't understand that about him. All right. Thank you again. And stay tuned for next time.
Yeah. And just a side note, you know, like for anybody that, you know, gets like ideas or people think you're weird or strange, you know, who cares? You know, just be yourself and, you know, do good things, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much what this whole thing is. That we're going with whatever ideas, no matter how abstract it is, it's something that really means stuff to us. And that's going to be the final word I end on.
So from two best friends,
Signing off.
signing off. See you next time. Because where are we?
Oh yeah, we're Dead Media. I forgot to bring it up in the video.
Yeah, we're Dead Media, two best friends, going goes no. I say welcome to Dead Media.
Oh, welcome to Dead Media.
Welcome to Dead Media, where we go places. They're filling your answers. What should we do next? I don't know. I'm sound fun.
All right.
It's really cool because we're driving in the cemetery.
This is us leaving the cemetery of one of the world's smartest men.
Yeah, we'll show you around. Like, look how big this is.
This place is actually 5 cemeteries in one.
Yeah.
Like, thank God for some weird... Ooh, look at this thing.
Oh, yeah, like, what's that called? Catacomb?
Catacombs or something? I don't know.
We should go test that out next time. We should come back here again.
Yeah, but this is like...
There's something about the pond, too.
This is like one of Portsmouth's biggest cemeteries.
Yeah.
And there's also the last woman to ever been executed is actually buried here somewhere. She doesn't have a marked grave.
Didn't you say she got hung by a tree?
Yeah, she got hung.
I think it's that crazy tree. It was like... Let's take it this way. We'll show you the pond.
Oh, yeah, you guys want to see the pond? Hold on, look at this humongous thing. Like, see, graveyards don't get the credit they deserve for being freaking awesome. Like, they have, like, some of the best statues you will ever see.
And this is, like, well kept. Like, look at this lady. She's cleaning it up. And they keep this, like, really clean and neat. And people go here walking and they hit that fucking car.
We're not going to hit that freaking car. But it's like...
No. Well, look at it. It's huge. There's like acres of like, look at all the way down there. It's like huge. I can't believe what you said. The east.
Oh yes.
See, look at that tree. Doesn't that look like a tree that it could be like she hung herself? Or that's a freaky tree.
That is.
But it's a cool tree. Look at like it twists and stuff. And this is called Archer Pond, right?
I have no idea, buddy.
I thought that's what you would say, Archer Pond.
Archer. Maybe.
Oh, dude, that'd be good for fishing. We should go fishing it.
You guys think there's fish in there? Oh, you guys can't really see. Well, there's a nice little pond there
Is that better?
that might be loaded with bass. We don't know. You guys think you could actually fish in cemeteries?
I don't see why not.
Me either, really. But that's besides the point.
Well, we went fishing in the cemetery in, what's it called? Elm Street. That's a nice pond.
Yep, I don't know, if you guys are not from New Hampshire, you guys can at least see like our cemeteries, and I'd be interested about seeing what you guys' cemeteries look like too.
No. Alright, turn.
You can just drive straight. Do 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 do.
Is that a road?
No, just go straight.
Why?
Because you can just get out through the exit.
I know, but there's a road right here.
You want to go down this road?
Okay. Yeah, but there's a bump there. I don't like that bump.
Okay, okay. That was my phone dropping.
Alright, until the next one. Look at that. So,
You're spreading this.
this is what? Alright, go for it, Cal.
Alright. This is where Williams James Sidis actually spent some of his time. I don't know which room was his, but it's still really neat that's actually coming to see this building. And if you're not from Portsmouth and never get the chance to see it, at least you get to see it on a videotape. That's the best I can do for you.
Did you say he went crazy? He was down in the basement?
Nope.
No?
Alright, you want to walk around with me? See what this building looks like? Yeah, at one point it was completely different. It was actually had horse farms and everything on it. But since then it's been converted into apartments. So this is just kind of showing you like the outside of the building itself. But you can actually agree with your vision of how beautiful this place was. Actually, it kind of still is. It still is beautiful, but just more in a creepy way now.
And we just found out this guy who lives here, right? On the top floor, the ceiling just fell down today on him. Almost hit him. He's like, he looked up and then he was like, oh crap, he rolled over and the ceiling fell down. They rent out apartments now here. But it's a work in progress, this scene, but it's so beautiful. Can't imagine this being a sale.
Okay, follow me. I'm going to step on the stairs that he stepped on.
Okay.
This might be at one point where the world's smartest man has stood.
He probably even sat there and like thought
He might even
sucked.
sat here and thought about some of like his theorems and ideas that might even came off these steps.
Yep.
And we're just so lucky to be able to live so close to where he was. Alright, I'm done with looking at his house.
Alright, hold on, come here. Follow me.
This is actually what the building did look like. See, this is where they kept the horses and all that stuff. So in this time, he would actually be staying here.
And that's the house right there, right?
Yep.
So it used to look like. This is what some of the history. And this guy, Frank Jones.
Frank Jones Maplewood Farm.
Yeah. Oh, and in 1849, a 7-year-old boy named Frank Jones resolved to leave the family farm in Barrington to seek his own.
Don't worry
I
about
don't
it.
have my glasses, but
Yeah, but see, the cool thing is, right? If I didn't happen upon the shore on YouTube, I would have never fell down this rabbit hole.
yeah. Saw it across the street. I'm like, oh, look at this. Tells you the history.
So it's just one of the neat things. You never know where something's gonna go until you actually try it. Like, always follow what fancies you.
Yep.
Even if no one else gets it. You will find some weirdo, like my friend Jim here.
I don't even know if I'm getting myself, but hello. But we love doing this stuff together and just having fun doing it. And I love history, me and him, and even the fun facts and stuff like that. But
There's no way I'm in here, but I'll still let us
yeah, I
talk.
think it is. Oh, hold on. I think I gotta go flip it. Go back to the
Okay. This pole is probably original. I'm gonna touch something. Oh, I did it. You don't know the words for this man could have touched this. And I now touched it too. Okay, we should probably get going before we get kicked off the property. Bye, guys.